Hello, I'm Storiword, also known as TJ Morris. And good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to come out and share a little bit with me. Appreciate you coming out. The first thing I'd like to ask you if you have, can you turn the ringers off on your cell phones? So put them on silent, please. I appreciate that. And also, the first two pieces that I'm going to do are poetry pieces. I do poetry and I do storytelling, and I'm going to do both today. I'm going to do some poems, and I'm going to do a couple of stories. We're going to do it like that. But the first two pieces I'm going to do are definitely what I consider to be story word pieces, okay? And hopefully when I do them, you'll understand why they're story word pieces. But anyway, they're poems, they're stories, but they're told in poetry form. And I get to do these very, very seldom, because when I'm with the poets say, oh, you're storyteller. And when I'm with the storytellers, they go, oh, that's poetry. So I don't get to do these pieces very often. But they're very deep to my heart. They are two pieces that are also dedicated to the codependent. I hope there's not necessarily any codependents in here, but if you know any codependents, you might want to give them a listening ear sometime, or extend a hand to them, or something good to say, because it's always been a drug epidemic in the United States as far as I can remember. Okay, when I was little, it was heroin. Then when I got older, it was crack cocaine. Then it became, Oxycontin, right? And all of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, so it's always been an epidemic, and it's always been codependence. So anyway, these first two pieces are dedicated to the codependent. And this first piece I'm gonna do is titled Losing My Mind. There I was that night in my 4-room apartment. It was a beautiful summer night. I should have been out enjoying the weather, but I was upset, nervous, stressed. I tried doing things around the apartment. I did a little cleaning. I watched a little television. I talked on the telephone with some friends. But my mind, my real mind, the one that makes things happen, was preoccupied. My mind was waiting. My mind was scared, frightened of the unknown. I was losing my mind. My stomach got upset every time the telephone rang. Now I'm asking myself, who is it? Is it the police? Is it the hospital? Who would be calling me? Was it him? For it had been 2 days now since I had seen him. Had this destructive habit of his taken his life? Had he gotten to the point where he had done something wrong? Was he in jail? Would I see him again? Would I be happy to see him? Or would I just be relieved to see that he had found his way home and no serious harm had come to him? Then, all of a sudden, there it was. I heard it. That sound of a key entering the door. The knob turns, the door opens. I stand there waiting to see who's there. I know who's there. I'm losing my mind. Then I see him, his eyes wide, and he has that sweaty appearance and that look of guilt all over his face. My stomach has stopped jumping. My nerves have taken a rest, and my mind is now ready to take a break. He looks at me. I look at him. He goes into the kitchen to find something to eat, for he is hungry, because he has not taken the time out to feed himself, that part of him that needs nourishment, because he felt that he needed to feed the other part of him that was hungry. But this part of him is selfish, doesn't care about anybody else, just it. And it has to be fed. It doesn't matter if our child doesn't eat. It has to eat first, and it will. But now we'll rest and allow the other part of him to eat. Food, that is. For it is eaten as much as our pockets will allow for now. There is no money. His pockets are empty. My pockets are empty. And the rent still needs to be paid. A child is asleep in her crib, still too young to understand the situation. I made it through another round, but I'm losing my mind. I'm tired. tired. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of the emotional roller coaster. Now I'm asking myself, what happened? What happened to him? How did this happen? Why is this happening to me? To us? I'm a good wife. Why did he love his drugs more than he loved me? I knew I should have never gotten married. How could I be so stupid? And now I'm losing my mind. A few words are spoken between us, and he's talking to me like he just came in from the store. Now I'm getting angry because he didn't telephone me. Why didn't he call? What could he say? He wasn't going to call and say that he was out feeding what was now controlling both of our lives. He's starting to come down off that 2-day trip he just took. He's starting to fall asleep. Now he'll sleep a day, and we'll survive the next 2 weeks until payday. My body will rest, but my mind will worry because I'm losing my mind. The next day comes, and I'm feeling a little bit better just because he has returned home. But my mind, my real mind, the one that makes things happen, is already anticipating the unknown. Yes, it's still there, staring me right in my face, because now I have to deal with his emotional state, the mood swings, that part of him that wants to be fed. Yes, it's now in the apartment. Is this what I wanted? At this point, I don't know what I want, but I do know I'm losing my mind. That's that piece. Thank you.